Hey guys, in this video we are going to discuss a Leetcode problem. The problem name is single number. Going to the problem statement. So it is said that we are given a non-empty array of integers and every element appears twice except one, and we have to find that single one, that number which appears only once. So to understand this, we'll go through the input. So here if we see that we have 4, 1, 2, 1, 2 in our array, and we can clearly say that 4 is only the number appearing once, 1 is appearing twice, and 2 is appearing twice. So the answer is going to be 4, as it is already mentioned that the number is supposed to be appeared only once. I think it is clear. But how do we solve this problem? We'll try the brute force and then we'll look how we can optimize the brute force. So the simple way to solve this is a hash map or an frequency array which can count the frequencies. So it is going to be very simple. It is like, what we are going to do is we'll take a hash map, we'll loop through this array and find the frequencies of each element and store them in the hash map. For example, if you see here, our key is 4, and here key represents the values in the array and the value represents the frequencies of the element that has appeared in the array. So element 4 in array has appeared only once, element 1 has appeared only twice, element 2 has appeared twice again. So we have to return number 4. What we are going to do is we are going to loop through the hash map and find the key which has appeared only once. So the value of the key is 1, then the answer is going to be the key. I know it is clear, very simple. Or you can use an frequency array if the constraints are very less. So the time complexity for this approach is going to be often, because we are looping through the entire array, and the space complexity is going to be often in case of an unordered map. If you use a sorted map, it is going to be O of n log n for sorting. I'd like to pause the video here and try out for the optimized solution, and the hint is we are going to get the optimized solution using a bitwise operator. Congratulations if you have found the optimized approach. Now we will move on to the optimized approach. So the optimized approach is bitwise XOR. We are going to use XOR operator, as it is clearly said, and we know that in bitwise, if two numbers are similar, the output is going to be 0, and that clearly says that we can eradicate all the elements that are appearing twice if we loop through the array and perform XOR operation. For a glimpse, let's see that properties of XOR. So 1 and 1, 0. So one same number 0, different numbers 1, different numbers 1, same number 0. And this property is very important. We are going to use this property in our solution, that A XOR B XOR A is similar to A XOR B. So the output is going to be B. So what happens here is A gets cancelled out and B will be the output, and here also the same. So it does not matter how the order of the elements are. If there are two elements in the same array, the elements are going to get cancelled if we perform XOR on the entire array. So this is clear from the definition of XOR, and it doesn't matter which way you around you order the two inputs. That is very clear. So by the above properties of bitwise XOR, we can conclude that for any number XOR with the same number, the result is 0. That means 4 XOR 4 is 0, A XOR A 0. Doesn't matter. You can check it out by taking two simple examples and try it out on a paper. Yeah, so this is going to be the optimal approach. So it is that this is our array 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. What we will do is we will perform XOR on every element, so that what happens is when we find two similar numbers, for example, we have if we apply this property that we have seen in the earlier slide, 1, 2, 1 is going to be 1 XOR 1 XOR 2, so the output is 2. Again, 2 XOR 2 is going to be 0. If you try it out, all the elements get cancelled which are appearing twice. That is a property of XOR. You have to know it, and you will only be left with the element which is appearing only once. So that way we will get the answer, and we are going to return the same answer to the answer method. So for this approach, the time complexity is going to be often, and the space complexity is often, because we are not using any space, just we are looping through the array, and we are using a constant space of a variable to store the answer. That's it. Now let's go to the editor and try out some code. So this is the Leetcode problem single number. So we'll try out the brute force first. So for that we need a map. I'm taking an unordered map in C++. You can use hash map in Java. So I'm going to take int and int as key value pair, naming it as fm. So according to the logic, we are first looping through the nums array, nums vector, and we're gonna find the frequency of each element of the array. So this is going to get or give us the frequencies of each element. Now what we have to do is we are going to iterate through the map and check if the key value pair has value equal to 1. That means the frequency is 1. Then return the key, that is first. Yeah, that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And we'll return -1 just to avoid the errors. So this is the brute force. Though it works on Leetcode, but the interviewer will not be happy with this approach. So you have to give an optimal approach. For that, what we'll do is we'll use the XOR operation. For that, we'll take a variable res equal, which is result. Now what we'll do is we're gonna loop through the entire vector or array list, and according to the approach, what we are going to do is we are going to perform XOR with every element of the nums vector. Yeah, that is it. Now, as we know that the elements which are appearing twice will get cancelled, and the only element that will be left in the result is the element which is appearing only once. Let's check it out. Thank you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please do share, like, subscribe. And as this is the beginning, we also encourage you to share the video, which will not only help us but also help others about the content. They will get to know the new problems and so. Thank you.